Hey friends, what's up? Kaz here. Welcome back to another server admin tutorial or bucket spigot plugin tutorial. Just kidding, I'm up here. Sorry for giving some of you guys a nightmare. This is part of the plugin we're going over this week. If you have a suggestion of a plugin you'd like me to do, feel free to comment that in Gibbles below and I will give you a shout out to it when I get a chance. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I do these every week, and I will give you a shout out when I get to it. This one was actually an author requested one from the author last week, and I thought it was a great plugin because it is a perfect hub or lobby server plugin that's great for bungee cord, and that's been asked quite a bit recently. So here we go. This is UltraCosmetics. It allows you to have gadgets of different kinds. You can morph, you can ride pets, you can name pets, you can do different kinds of special things, which are really cool. A lot of it, you can kind of see some stuff similar to it on like Hypixel or any of those big network servers. This is one of them, and that's morphing into one of these guys. So I am going to clear the current morph. So there we go. Hi. Alright, so what it requires, it does require you to have lib disguises, which also requires protocol lib, and then optional is NoteBlock API and Vault. Now, you pretty much need Vault because you want to integrate this with an economy, and you want NoteBlock because some of the stuff does play different things while it's going on, and you want people to be able to read that. Also, I ran into some, or hear that. I also ran into some interesting errors if I was not running that stuff, so you need to highly recommend you put that stuff in there. Now it does offer treasure chests, which is kind of like a a special thing. So let's I'll show you guys that. Eco give. There we go. We'll go ahead and buy a key. So we'll buy purchase. Now we have one key. Now we'll open a chest. This is really cool. It kind of like does this thing, and chests open around you, and you can right click to open those. So we got $85. You got 28 TNT ammo. You got $154 and $82. So there we go. Few things you need to do to get that to work. First of all, it does require a Vault because it does have an economy plugin with it. You have to enable the ammo system and then enable them also in the config and then restart your entire server. You can't just do a flat UC reload for that to work. So the command is UltraCosmetics or UC. There's a whole lot of stuff in here where you can open specific menus. You can toggle a gadget for specific players. You can give keys to specific players in here. So you can use your voting plugin to be able to do that. It'll run that command and give the key to them, or your Buycraft or engine plugin when they purchase stuff like that. You can give them ammo. By default, if you don't have the ammo enabled, people will be able to do any of these kind of gadget things. I'm not sure what this one does, but I don't have any ammo. So I purchased some ammo. There we go. Whoa, that is cool. Look at him go. There's a lot of really fun stuff with this, and I could spend a lot of time going over that, but I'll hit the permissions really quick. It's ultracosmetics.commands.star is pretty much any of your admin or moderator commands. Ultracosmetics.gadgets.star is going to be any of those gadgets, particle effects, mounts, pets, morphs. Go to the page, it's in the Gibbles. You can see all the individual permissions. You can restrict people to different things in this. And that's pretty much all we need to do in game. Let's hop over to the config file and take a look at that. Okay, so here we are in our server. We're going to take a look at this. So we've started up. We're running on 1.8.8 as of September 15th. Probably could update that, or 14th, I mean. We're going to go into the plugins folder here. You see the lib disguises, protocol lib. You need those to run this. We got Vault. You don't really change anything. You just plug them in there, and the plugin does all the rest. And then we're going to fire up UltraCosmetics. I love this when authors do this, where they add this messages.yml file, so you can make this part of your language or modify anything that this plugin says, which is great. You can really make this customized to your server. And now your songs folder is going to be your note block files. Now I'll put a link to how you can create your own note block system files, or NBS. I'm not sure what NBS stands for. It's note block something. comment in the gibbles below, let me know. And we're going to open up our config file, take a look at this. You can disable this in any world. So if you're running this on the same server as you have kind of like a Skyblock, or you're not really running it on a Bungie, you can put the disabled worlds in there, which is great. I love it when authors do that. And then pretty much everything you can enable and disable. You can disable gadgets, particles, mounts, all on the top level up here. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can disable each one individually if you like. You can change the cooldowns, how much ammo they use, how much the ammo costs, and how much ammo you get per time. All that stuff you can set per for each gadgets. Remove gadget with drop, false, so you don't want to be able to drop the gadget. Your gadget slot is there. Disabled items section is going to be what is disabled. That's what it's going to show up as iSach, and it's going to show disabled. In there you have your custom items. You have permission yes and permission no. All that stuff you can have that permission show and lower, as you saw in the demonstration there earlier. You can give the item on join and what slot it's going to be, what it's going to be, so you can change that from ender chest to be whatever you want. You can have the display name be something else. You can set this to be SQL, and then it'll use this information to connect to an SQL. And you would just get that from your host or wherever you have your SQL database. Now this is false by default, so you want to set that to true so that you can use treasure chests. If you don't want to use treasure chests, then just ignore that. You set your treasure chests to true, money loot to true, and then if you have a different permissions system, so other than PEX, you want to change this to be the command that your permission system uses. So it'll be manu add p, and then the username, and then the permission. So you want to change that to if you're using Group Manager, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Don't really need to go in depth. You have a whole lot of different cooldown stuff, pricing stuff, ammo stuff that you need to set up. If you don't enable ammo, then the gadgets are pretty much infinite. There's still the cooldown period. And that's pretty much it. Let's hop back into the game and wrap this all up. This is a super simple, really cool, very extensive hub server, lobby server plugin that would be great for you. The only thing that I would probably put out there is some sort of warp system built into it, or a way that you can kind of add your own categories, which shout out to the author. He's very responsive and very active. So be sure to comment any suggestions that you'd have on the page, and stay tuned for any updates. So this is Kos from McFriends, reminding you guys all, enjoy the game. God bless.